What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another JJKPP video. That's right, Jujutsu Kaisen Phantom Prey. I'll never get over that acronym. Listen, we got some bad news today, in my opinion. I think this is bad news personally, and I'm going to go over something that's really been bothering me a little bit about this game. So we do have a brand new SSR incomplete domain Megumi that'll be coming out. Everyone wanted YUTA. Clearly, we're not getting YUTA. I don't know where that news came from that we're getting him next, but I know there was a lot of rumblings about it and people were very excited for it. But we have a brand new event and a brand new SSR coming, and he's dropping tomorrow, as a matter of fact. Tomorrow, or is it? Yeah, tomorrow. So the next reset, we're going to have a recollection bit plus this character. Now, the character himself is actually pretty damn good. You guys can check out, obviously, we did the tier list, and I went over his actual kit. If you guys want to review his kit, we can absolutely do that right now as well, too. So let's go take a look at it, right? I'll kind of go through it with you guys so you guys can kind of see what he's all about and why he's actually a triple S support unit. So here you guys go. Incomplete Megumi. We'll go over his full kit here. So Taijutsu, Jujutsu user, also has, he's a combined focus, he's an attacker. They put him as support, I'm not sure why, but he does have great attack skills. So at the start of the turn, if our own curse energy is 15 or below, fill some of your own ultimate gauge, so that's pretty damn boss. So let's go to skill 10, you guys can see at the maximum skill here. Actually, you know what? Let's do skill 1. Maybe that makes more sense. Exorcist Slash deals 120 Taijutsu damage. While the domain is active, he'll deal more Taijutsu damage. Increases the selected enemy's damage increase by 75%. So this is massive. Massive, massive, massive. This is only during the domain, though. Keep that in mind. Continuous Exorcist Slashes deals Taijutsu. And you can see here he also does range Jujutsu. So he has cursed and physical damage here. So great AoE here. So if you are looking to clear mobs, he's going to be amazing for that. And then Sudden Slash deals melee combined damage equal to 170% physical and 120% cursed to the selected enemy. Also reduces the amount of physical damage the enemy takes by 20%. If you have it in the domain, does double the damage practically on this one. A little bit higher on the cursed. Deals 150% range cursed damage to the enemy. Increases the selected enemy's Taijutsu damage received by 60%. So you guys goes a lot more than the 20, obviously. And then also stuns the enemy 100% chance. And then the ultimate, here's the ultimate, does insane damage, range Jujutsu damage. So curse damage for 4 hits, stuns the enemy at 100%, expands the domain. While the domain is active, decreases all enemies damage taken by 35%, increases all enemies damage received by 45%, grants attack immunity to self, decreases own skills, cursed energy cost, and unable to fill own skill gauge. So pretty straightforward. That's always the normal stuff. Increases own, so the effect here increases own and allies combo critical rate by 10% for 4 turns and deals 100% range Jujutsu damage to all enemies. Now again, very, very strong unit. Top tier unit in the tier list, clearly deserves it. And the biggest issue you're going to face here is the fact that most people are waiting for YUTA. Now, they probably should have brought YUTA first, to be honest. That would have made them, first off, the most amount of money. And number 2, it would have made them also the most amount of sense in regards to what people are looking for. Because Nubara currently fills this role quite well in terms of yellows. We're really lacking a good red. And really, YUTA would have fulfilled that for quite a bit. Now, obviously, this is coming out. We know this is going to be the next banner. Here's the 2 problems with this game right now, and I hope you guys can kind of either agree or disagree on this, because I'm curious to see what your take is on it. My biggest problem right now is the fact that it looks like what they're trying to do is they're trying to catch up to JP, which is, I think, crazy to do because we are so far behind. And with the one biggest issue with this game, not even being stamina, that's not even a problem for me. That's an easy one to go through. The biggest problem for me is the fact that we have, the biggest problem for me is the fact that we don't have a pity. That to me is still going to be the make or break situation in this game. I can tell you now, if I save up 50,000 cubes, right? And I can't summon YUTA on 50,000 cubes because there's no pity, chances are, a lot of us, including myself, will most likely not be playing this game for very long, because it's just ridiculous. And I'm saying this because I'm being real with you guys. I've played enough games, and I've told myself this, that I would never, ever, ever go back to a game with no pity. It's just way too much of a liability on your sanity and way too much on a liability on your time. Because if a game runs on a meta, even though it's a free to play game, even though it's a PvE game and it doesn't really require you to compete outside of yourself, there is still an element of gathering units and still wanting to finish content, right? So if you are one of those players who are like me and you're like, yo, listen, like everything rides on one character, this is going to be a hard pill to swallow, because some of this stuff is going to really, really affect you in this game, especially if you can't pull the unit you want and if you're lagging behind now on content because of that reason, right? So many of us are in the same mindset that if we don't pull YUTA, this might be the plug. This is why this game needs to have a pity system. It's a no-brainer. We're in 2024, guys. A game with no pity is reckless. Like, if you need 75,000 summons or 75,000 cubes to get a 250 pity, that's insane. Really, at the end of the day, everybody should be able to pull some of these units without too much of a problem. But that's not the case in this game. This game actually does require you to put a lot of effort into, number one, picking and choosing who you want. Because, for example, I want Megumi. I think he's a great character. I think he's an amazing character. I think it sucks the fact that now we have to pick and choose and things are coming out so fast. So if you're going to bring out things fast, then make sure that it's things that we want. Like, I know some of you guys are going to be like, well, Payne, at least you can skip this now and save. But I actually want Megumi. I actually was hoping to get him as a unit because I don't have Nabara, and I would have loved a powerful yellow unit to have on my team. But now instead, I have to sit back and wait and keep saving on YUTA because he's my number one goal. And then Gojo's going to come out, and then I got to focus on that as well too, right? The green Gojo. So I think this is too much too fast. I think it's too much too fast in terms of banners. We barely even had a chance to finish these events, and we already have a new event coming. So all of our efforts into completing something is going to be for naught, because we're going to be spending all this time trying to get all these events, catch up, and then move on, and hopefully somehow in hell get the other event completed as well. So all of our AP, now that's a good thing, because most people are done chapter 9, so you're pretty much sitting there and just leveling up your characters and hoping you can get the resources you need to do so. But it's still not easy to compete with not having the unit you want, and if you fail all the pities, you're screwed. So I really do hope they take this into consideration. I don't think this video is going to change much in regards to the mindset. This has been in JP for a year, and they don't have a pity still, and they just only recently introduced the introduction of the carryover of JP points for summons. So like the exchange point, the gacha points, they finally are carried over in Japan, but here we don't have that carryover. So they're doing the same thing they did to JP. They're probably going to wait 6 months to a year before they let us move anything over, and then we're going to have to suffer by losing all of our pities or whatever the case may be, right? And it's I don't think it's a very smart move on the devs part, because again, there's too many gachas out there. Let's be real. I'm going to be honest with you guys. If it wasn't for Jujutsu Kaisen IP, this game would not have the level of success it's having right now. A lot of people are here for that. And because people are here for your IP and not your gameplay, you have to allow people to get the units they want. That's just a fact. If you're not giving people the unit they want because of any greed reasons, you're going to lose a lot of your player base very, very fast, because again, they're here for the characters. They're here for the IP, not for the, insanely powerful gameplay or insanely successful gameplay, which it doesn't really have right now. The only thing really riding here and pushing the game forward is literally the characters. So let me know what you guys think. I think this is a mistake bringing Megumi. I think YUTA should have been first. I think they need to slow down a little bit too. I think the banners are coming out way too fast, and they got to let us kind of catch up, get some of these events done, and then we can perhaps focus on pulling for units once we all have enough. Obviously, they're trying to push the envelope for pay-to-win players. They want players to feel a sense of FOMO so they can summon and get what they want. But I think that's not the right way to do this. Anyways, that's my take on it, guys. I'm curious what you think. Let me know in the comment section. This is Payne. Thank you again for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Take care.